My approach to estate planning is, number one, start in prayer. Acknowledge that God owns it all and ask him what he wants you to do with it when you don't need it anymore. Then you list it all out and then you say, Lord, where do you want it to go? That answer is going to be different for a lot of people because people have different situations. I think that the Lord is the same yesterday, today, and forever, so he's going to be consistent in his answer about some of the stewardship things that the scripture says. And it says in the scripture that if you don't take care of those under your roof, that you're worse than an unbeliever if you don't provide for your family. So I think if you have a spouse and minor children, the Lord wants you to be concerned about providing for them even when you're no longer here. So I think that's an important thing. The scripture also tells us that we are to give. So there's so many things in our estate under our control. Even if we've been a very faithful tither and we tithe on our top line increase every year, I mean, you can really get religious with that and get into the weeds and, tithe on the increase of your holdings, of the value of your home and all of that. Most people, though, will tithe on their income. That's what they understand is their increase. And so even if you've been faithful there's a lot of things that you don't really receive as an increase. If the value of your house goes up, for example, most people don't even think about tithing on that. And also they don't do it because the value could go down. Same thing with investments. So when you look at that list of things that you have, what do you have there that maybe you've never tithed on? The appreciation in your house, the appreciation in your IRA accounts. Maybe there's an inheritance that you've gotten that, maybe there's some things that have never occurred to you. So I encourage people to look at their current giving and use that as a blueprint for what they want to see happen with their estate. For example, if they give 10% to their local church and maybe give another 5% over and above that to different ministries that they feel that the Lord has led them to give to. That's a great blueprint. So maybe you make your church a 10% beneficiary of your estate, and then maybe you make those other ministries that you give that extra 5% to as beneficiaries as well. The easiest way to do that, especially if you have an IRA, because if you pass that along to your people beneficiaries, you're passing along not only the asset, you're passing along the tax bill that comes along with it that you never paid while you were alive. However, if you make a simple change to the beneficiaries of your IRA, and you can list a number of beneficiaries. It doesn't have to be all of it. But let's say you've got $1 million estate. When you add everything up, you want to give 10% to your church. And let's say that you've got $500,000 of that in your IRA. Well, if you made your church a 20% beneficiary of your IRA, just that one little piece, you've accomplished that 10% of the total. That money comes out tax-free because it goes to a ministry, and your people heirs inherit the other things that didn't come with the tax bill. So, that's one little creative way of doing it. There are so many creative ways to do it. And, one of the things that I've been in the habit of doing over the years is to do a class to teach people just a kind of high-level overview of showing people the different things that can be done in different situations. And that is one of the things that we are working at rolling out to the partners. So it's going to happen this year. I can't tell you exactly when. So if you're not a partner, become a partner.